let me wrap up Super Bowl 48. Every year we go through this shit. There are rumors that spread around the internet that this year's Super Bowl was rigged. You know, people thought that. You know, there was an article that I kept hearing about saying that the Super Bowl 48, this year's Super Bowl, was rigged, and that Peyton Manning was gonna accept a huge payout or whatever. That is bullshit. Anyone who believes it is a fucking retard. Because I went on that article and found some other weird posts, like the Broncos and the Seahawks were playing while they were high on marijuana or something like that. And that President Obama bans twerking. People, it's fake, it's a hoax. Stop this shit. But there are still some nerds on YouTube. Oh, who are you to be calling people nerds? Shut the fuck up. But there are nerds on YouTube who always say, because here's the only two things. There are two types of people who think that Super Bowls are rigged. The first type of people, in this case, Bronco fans, because their team lost fair and square, because the Seattle Seahawks kicked their fucking ass, offensively and defensively. Mostly defensively, but that's another story. And the second type of people were just simply people that didn't like the Super Bowl because it didn't go the way they wanted it to go. You know, I mean, holy shit. It's asinine to think that the Super Bowl is rigged, especially this year's Super Bowl. You know, I was shocked too, just like the majority of people. I thought it was going to be a close Super Bowl. Sure, I flip-flop on the Super Bowl pick just to fuck with Hawk fans, but you know, I switched it to the Hawks for a reason, and I'm glad I did. But you know, holy shit, it's not that hard to figure out why the Seahawks blew out the Broncos 43-8. The NFC is better than the AFC. You know, just because Baltimore won last year's Super Bowl doesn't mean the AFC is all of a sudden better than the NFC. Okay? Holy shit. That's not how it works. Sometimes. I mean, AFC still has some issues. You know, the only reason why the Broncos were there because the Chargers luck just ran out. The Patriots were decimated with injuries. I mean, when you look at the Seahawks, they were the better. I mean, they were better tested than Denver was by a landslide. You know, there's no conspiracy here. You know, I will admit that first possession the Broncos had, which only lasted 6 seconds, 12 technically, if you want to include the kickoff. I'll admit it, right then and there, I was like, shit, Denver's in trouble. Even though I was hoping that it was the only hiccup of the game, I didn't think it was going to be the only hiccup of the game the Broncos were going to have. And can we stop praising Peyton Manning as this great god of the NFL? Seriously, it's fucking ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. I agree, some people hold Peyton Manning to way too high absurd standards and everything. But when the media is kissing Peyton Manning's ass and shit like that, and his fanboys bow down to him like he's the greatest football player ever, guess what? Not everybody likes Peyton Manning. I do like Peyton Manning, but I also think with my head, maybe Peyton Manning is not as great as everybody's making him out to be. I mean, I've been holding back on this for a year now, ever since the playoff choke job that Peyton displayed and the Broncos displayed in Denver against the Baltimore Ravens in that divisional round last year. Seriously, people think there's a group of people that think Peyton's the greatest ever, and then there's others that say, there's only one quarterback that's better than Peyton Manning, and it's Tom Brady. That's also absurd, because I can name 5, 6, maybe even 7 quarterbacks that are better than Peyton Manning. Okay, he's probably the 8th best quarterback in the NFL this past season. It's just because of salary cap and all this bullshit, But yeah, let me take the time to properly congratulate the Seattle Seahawks. Congrats to Pete Carroll. Congrats to Russell Wilson. Congrats to Marshawn Lynch. Congrats to the Russell Okung, the Seattle offensive line, which was obviously better than the Broncos offensive line. Let's call it what it is. Congrats to that awesome defense. Richard Sherman. I know many people don't like Richard Sherman, but Malcolm Smith for winning the MVP this year, and he deserved it. Let's be honest here. Congrats to Cam Chancellor. Congrats to Earl Thomas. Maxwell, the guy who punched the ball out of Demarius's hands. Congrats to Bobby Wagner. Congrats to Cliff Averill, who finally got a Super Bowl ring. There was a reason why he took less money. I kind of mentioned it last year. Last spring, to be exact. They just got, Seattle. I mean, they just got the job done. It's just simple as that. And congrats to Percy Harvin, because that touchdown basically sealed any hopes of a comeback, even though those hopes were dashed after the Malcolm Smith interception return for a touchdown. Of course, Sean Moreno could have done a better job of tackling him, but that interception was Peyton Manning's fault. Both of them were his fault. I don't care a shit what he says. I don't care a shit what anyone says. Come on. Come on. And I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle wins another championship the next season, because they're just that fucking good. Time for me to stop lying to myself. And thinking that this Hawks team's just an overrated team. I can't say that anymore. Otherwise, I'd be lying to myself. But Seattle fans, it's done. My fucking with you guys is finished. It's over. You're still douchebags, but celebrate, because holy shit. Ever since Super Bowl 40, excuse me. Yeah, which was the biggest bullshit Super Bowl. There's the truth. It was a bullshit Super Bowl. Because the referees, and that's the thing. Every time the Hawks tried to make a comeback and tried to get back in the game, there was always this. Let's go back to Super Bowl 40. There was always this yellow hanky that keeps flying out of the fucking field. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, Seattle could have done a better job. You know, Seattle could have done this, that, and the other, but at the same time, how can you fucking do that when you have penalties flying all over the place? I mean, some of the calls were legit, I guess, but not all of them. Give me a break. So yeah, Seattle, the Hawks, they deserve it after that bullshit in Super Bowl 40. It's been a long time. And Seahawks fans, you're still assholes, but got every right to celebrate, because it's just that time. It's been a long time coming. 36 years, whatever. Yeah, 36 years. You know, and I'm happy for the Hawks. So that shit's done. But as far as the Broncos, it's time for me to stop bitching and accept the fact my team is just not that good. It's just simple as that. I'll still be a Bronco fan. I'm always going to be a Bronco fan. Okay? It's just, but if Denver fucks up and plays like shit, you damn right I'm going to criticize them. It's just how it is. You know, I wasn't upset because the Super Bowl was rigged. And I wasn't too upset. I was a little pissed. I wasn't upset. Just giving my 2 cents. I made a video right after my Super Bowl whatever video. And I was a little bit too emotional. I mean, that's why I deleted it. So yeah, that's all I got to say. So, one more time, congrats to the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, and one more person I forgot to mention, Meebane. I forget his first name, but I know his last name's Meebane. Congrats to him as well. He's been with the Seahawks since 2007, I believe. Yeah. Denver just got their asses kicked. You can't turn the ball over 4 times and expect to even try to make a comeback. It's just simple as that. That's why the score was 43-8. It's not because the NFL is just rigging games up because of Super Bowls and all this, because of television ratings and all this horse shit. Alright? Okay, it's not how... I mean, people need to stop with this horse shit. Because this is getting ridiculous. So, that's it. That's all. Till next time, later, fuckers. One more note that I keep forgetting to bring up. The weather at that Super Bowl was not even that cold out. It was almost 50 degrees when kickoff rolled around. You know, fuck the media and their fucking bullshit. You know, I understand. The weather isn't always right and all this bullshit. I get all that shit. Thank you for the news flash there, but I should have known that the media was going to overblow. Oh, how cold it was going to be. It was going to be too cold out for Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos. So technically, Peyton's still 0-4 in postseason games when the weather is below 40 degrees. It's just simple as that. Till next time, you know the rest.